August 31st, 7:30 p.m. Eastern Time, Hard Rock Stadium, Catholics versus Convicts, Miami, Notre Dame. The rivalry continues. Mario Cristobal, past couple of years, he's been building this team the way he wants to build it, getting some good recruiting, keeping some guys here in South Florida. When he has some gaps, he goes to the transfer portal, a la Cam Ward last year, and this year, Carson Beck. This team primed to make a playoff run this season. But it all starts with Notre Dame, national runner-up last year. Ohio State took them down in the final game in what could be an epic, epic battle. Getting ready for Media Days coming up next month. It's going to be in Charlotte, North Carolina. Danny Rabinowitz from the Joe Rose Show going to be out there covering it for 560 WQAM.
Yo, they should send us, man.
I'm all for going anywhere. That
they should send us to either the Big 10 or the Big 12 or the SEC or ACC.
I'm down for whatever.
One of those four.
I'll go to all of them.
I'll go to all of them too.
I got ties.
You definitely got ties in the SEC.
I got that. Guaranteed. But, okay, so we're getting ready. ACC Media Days. It's going to be covered by Danny Rabinowitz. He's going to be in Charlotte. It's going to be brought to you by the Orange Bowl and Duffy's Sports Bar. Of course, you know we love Duffy's.
Wait. Duffy's? Really?
Duffy's one of the sponsors, yes.
Oh, come on, Duff. Holla at your boys.
No, they take care of us.
I mean, they do. Hi, Sabrina. But you know what I'm saying? I like to go out there.
I want to go.
They don't put us out there, man. They don't give us the celebrations, championships. They don't do that.
Too valuable. You need to be here. Catching F-bombs by all the Florida Panthers.
Jeez.
All right. So speaking of talking that scratch, that noise, an anonymous ACC coach, of course, because
anonymous,
he doesn't want to be.
How many ACC coaches are there? That's a lot to be, to select from.
Talking about the Miami Hurricanes.
Go ahead. I'm gonna try to from the words that you say. I'm gonna try to.
I mean, you already think you know who it is.
It's Dabo.
I'm just saying.
It's Dabo, isn't it?
I don't know. I know. Once again, it's anonymous. So
The only reason why I'm saying that because I saw Dabo yesterday at the Savannah Bananas game and everything like that.
He was hyping the crowd up.
He was hyping the crowd up, probably giving them a sermon or something like that.
Okay. So here's what this anonymous ACC coach said.
Okay.
Is Carson Beck worth all that money? No one really knows right now. But that's the question you have to ask. They'll be decent up front on defense, and they spent like crazy for a new secondary. They're good on offensive line. That's one area you don't worry about with Mario Cristobal. So is Carson Beck worth the money? No one knows. They're decent up front on defense, and then takes a little shot. They spent like crazy for a new secondary, and they're going to be good on the offensive line because that's Mario Cristobal's bread and butter.
So you're low-key hating, but you're actually
showing some love.
You're actually showing love because so if you're saying they spent money on the secondary, well, guess what? What was their biggest weakness last year?
Secondary.
Okay. So if you're going to spend money on shoring up whatever your weakness was, why sound like hate to me?
This anonymous ACC coach goes on to say, I think it's a bigger question on how and why they spend what they do on the guys they pick. It's almost like the Dodgers are Yankees mindset, spending on top-end recruits and portal guys and not really a team-focused culture. You're still in Florida. You still have to prioritize the high schools, and they've done that in NIL.
Sounds like hate.
It's a little weird. Like, it's hate, but it's love.
It's like hate and love. Like, you're playing the game right, and I'm hating the fact that you're playing the game right.
And then, like, you're like the Dodgers or the Yankees, the two teams that made the World Series last year.
Right. The teams that, which you're clowning them for, it actually worked out for them because they got to the point that they wanted to.
And it's like you're spending all this money on these high-end recruits and the portal guys.
But you're forgetting about the in-state talent that's already...
But you're actually going out and getting the in-state talent, but you're using NIL. Okay.
RVA Richie's right. It's bittersweet hate.
I think
it's actual hate. It's like, you know what it is? It's like, the storm is brewing. The storm is about to come. And you can do everything you want to prepare for the storm. But once that storm hits, it's wiping you out. They know that the hurricanes are coming. They feel like they were lucky. If I'm thinking what it is, and I'm speculating with Dabo. Dabo was lucky that Clemson was in the ACC championship game. If the Canes don't lose to Syracuse, it's the Canes versus SMU.
Yes.
Right?
Yes, that is correct.
Okay. So The only problem that the Canes had last year was their defense, especially their secondary. So now in this year, they spent the money the same way they spent money last year in getting Cam Ward. They spent the money on getting Carson Beck. What's the problem of getting Carson Beck? A guy that's played in so many big college football games over the last 3 years.
And it's been proven.
It's proven. It's played in the toughest conference. What's wrong with getting him? What is wrong with paying for a secondary to make sure that that weakness last season is a strength?
It's a strength. Okay. Yeah.
I don't like, man, that sounds like a.
One more thing from this anonymous coach. The new defensive coordinator, Corey Heatherman, did a really good job at Minnesota, and he'll have more talent to play with than Lance Guidry did. That was his parting shot.
That the defense is going to have more talent.
The defense is going to be more talented and probably better. I think low-key, he's saying, this Miami team's really good. Really good. That's what I'm getting. That's what I'm hearing.
Sounds like hate. Sounds like you want it. You know what it sounds like? Sounds like the friend. You ever have a friend or a family member, like they got love for you, but they're not really happy with your success because you're too successful?
That's it.
Even though you've done everything, they say they saw you put the work in. They've seen everything that you've done to get to this point, and it's all official, certified and verified, but they just hating because it's not them.
Oh, yeah.
That sounds like that coach right there.
That's like, you getting a job promotion and someone being like, yeah, you work harder than everyone else. And yeah, you have more skill, but, you don't have to buddy up to your bosses.
You came in on the days you didn't have to.
When you could have been buddied up to your boss. I'm not going to buddy up to my boss. I'm not going to sell myself short. It's like, I'm just, cool with my bosses. Yeah, but you're still friends with them. It's like, well, I want a good work environment, and you already admitted I'll work harder than you, and I'm probably more talented. Yeah, but there's just some things, it's like, you don't have to do that. It's like, what? What?
Anthony, no, there's a lot. This is weird to me. Like this. I'm sorry, Anthony. Anthony wrote like, damn, Vlad, that thing hit home. Yeah, it does. It sounds like a person who's got love for you, but they're just upset that you're more successful. Like they're not able to do the things that you are, whether
it's amount of money you can
whether
spend.
It's money, whether it's access from the
right.
university, because this is definitely Dabo. This is definitely Dabo. Because Dabo hates the NIL.
Yes, and he also doesn't like the transfer portal.
And he hates the transfer portal. And what did he say? That the shots that you're taking is like, oh yeah, they got the access to the NIL and the transfer portal. But one thing we always know that Mario's going to have a great offensive line, but his defensive line was suspect. His secondary wasn't good. And I don't know why he paid that money for a quarterback.
Question mark.
Yeah, that is a hater. But guess what, though? If Miami's the team that is in the ACC, that's in the college football playoffs, he's going to be like, oh, great job by University of Miami, showing love for the ACC. But really you don't want them to win.
So maybe they'll face this coach this year. Maybe they won't. We know it starts August 31st, Notre Dame. Then it's Bethune-Cookman, South Florida.
What publication said that had the quote?
Sports Illustrated has
it. SI. Okay.
So you get September 20th against Florida, October 4th, Florida State.
All the big games are early.
And you get Stanford on the 25th. Then you get into the sticky part of the schedule where you might get caught in traps. SMU November 1st. We'll see if they take a step back this year.
We're going there, right?
We're at SMU. Syracuse comes to town November 8th, in which should be a revenge game. Tricky Wicket November 15th versus NC State. You never know how good they're going to be or how good they're going to be week to week. And then, of course, you finish on the road 2 games, November 22nd at Virginia Tech, November 29th at Pitt.
It's always at Pitt and Virginia Tech towards the end of the season. I hate that.
Tricky. It can be tricky, but you know what? You got to win these games if you want to make it happen.
They are. I mean, as a Canes fans feel happy that they're starting to fear you. They're starting to get scared.
My biggest fears, I'll tell you. October 17th, Louisville comes to town. That scares me a little bit because it's after Florida State. It's after a bye week too. So you get Florida State bye week.
Oh, no. That doesn't scare me.
No scare.
That doesn't scare me. I'm going to tell you why it doesn't scare me. That is on the coaching staff.
Because they have 2 weeks to prepare.
You have a week to get off that Florida State high.
Hopefully. rivalry game.
It's a rivalry game. When I'm saying no matter what, it's win or lose. There is an emotion that you're not gonna be able to immediately summon again. So you got a week off, which means, all right, if it's a win, you had a week off to get that win out of your system. If it's a loss, you have a week to get that loss out of your system. So I would expect them to be good.
The other one that really scares me, of course, one that you would expect, but hopefully it'll be, when I say pointless, not pointless, but November 29th at Pitt, last game of the season. Hopefully you've taken care of business. You've already clinched the ACC.
No, but I don't even want that. You want to be undefeated now, Dan.
It has so many.
You want to be undefeated so that nobody can question your record, your resume. You don't have to worry about anything. You go there undefeated. If you're undefeated going to Pitt, just win. I hate that. It's a
tricky game.
I hate that game. Is it a Friday or a Saturday?
November 29th, man, you're making me go down to the calendar. I can look it up. I would guess it's a Saturday, but I could be wrong.
Because it's always the day after Thanksgiving.
Yeah, it's a Saturday.
Okay,
Saturday.
It's always Thanksgiving weekend when they play that game.
It has so much trickiness. There's a lot of tape out on the whole season. There's a lot of focus problems possibly with the last game of the season. What could be coming up? There could be a lot on the line in that game.
There's no holiday.
And you're on the road, and you're in Pittsburgh, and you're playing outside.
There's no holidays that I'm thinking, ooh, I want to be in Pittsburgh.
I've never been.
Yeah.
Okay. I'll take your word for it because I'm probably never going to go. Not to say I don't like Pittsburgh, because I'd like to go to Pittsburgh, but I don't have a lot of reasons. Maybe go to this Miami game. Let's see. But I probably need to be here at the radio station because there's going to be a lot going on. Oh, well, talk your talk, Anonymous. Just come out and say what you got to say. I don't see what the big deal is. If you're an ACC coach, just say.
They're not going to. I mean, it's got to be anonymous.
So they could speak freely?
Well, I mean, yeah, definitely speak freely, and therefore that reporter can get all the
juice?
Quotes. Yeah.
I
don't want you to be a snitch.
I don't think Carson Beck's that much of a question mark. He has a proven track record. He's played in huge games. He's played well in huge games. Offensive line, we know is going to be great. A lot of people saying the defensive line, absolutely solid. The secondary, we paid for a good secondary. We got a new defensive coordinator who's kind of simplified some things. Okay. Good running game. Okay. And you can see where I'm going with this. I'm starting to feel good about this Miami Hurricanes upcoming season.